Hey, brothers and sisters on the healing path. I'm Scott Giles, board certified diplomate of the National Guild of Hypnotists. And again, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here on the campus of Edward Hospital in Naperville, Illinois. This is one of the locations where I maintain a free clinic. I do 4 of them in an arc around Chicago and work with up to 100 cancer patients a month for free as a way of just serving the public. My topic at the clinic today was intuition, and it went so well I decided to make a video about that precise capacity. If someone were to ask you where in your body do you think your mind is located, most of you would say in your brain. But currently the science on this suggests that that's too simple an explanation. Information is actually processed by your body in other places and then relayed to your brain as the central processing unit. We think that there are at least 2 such distributed processing centers. One is your bowel, and the Chinese, in fact, call the gut the second brain. And if you think about it, it sort of looks like it. It's all crenellated, just like your brain tissue is. And you have more nerve endings per square inch in your gut than anywhere else in your body, except for your brain. And most of us, I think, know that if we're upset about something or there's something working below the level of consciousness, often the gut's where we experience it. We get constipation or irritable bowel syndrome or what have you. So that's one important center. And in common language, people will say, well, my gut tells me this. Now, the other location is the heart. And here we get into the theory coming from the HeartMath Institute in Boulder, California, and I'm credentialed by them. This particular theory is that the heart also processes information independently of the brain and then communicates that information in a variety of ways. By pressure, because the heart is a pump, and so you can get tachycardia or hypotension when you're experiencing certain kinds of emotional awarenesses. It communicates hormonally. The heart produces a number of powerful psychoactive hormones. It communicates electromagnetically. The heart produces an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 1 meter outside of the body. It also communicates neurologically because the heart is directly wired into the vagus nerve, which runs up directly into the brain, to the base of the brain, to the center that controls your autonomic nervous system. And that regulates your healing response, your emotions, your immune function, lots of things that we're very concerned about. So the theory is that when we talk about intuition, we're actually talking about our brain's perception of information that has been relayed to it from these other centers, like the heart. So when we work hypnotically with a client at my office, we'll often focus on the heart and utilize techniques for emotional self-regulation as a way of kind of training the heart to communicate to the brain in a way that's most adaptive. We want people to pay attention to their intuition because it's an important source of information. Many, many years ago, when I was working in a restaurant, I was a first cook at the time. I was working on the Garde Manger station, which is like the pantry where we do salads and that sort of thing. And of course, we made our own salad dressings. Well, this restaurant was well known for its blue cheese Roquefort dressing, and I had made it according to the recipe. But, there was just something about this batch that I didn't like. I tasted it tasted fine, but I couldn't bring myself to serve it. I just kept it on the shelf in the walk-in refrigerator. Now, I knew I'd get in trouble because the executive chef watches the rotation of products on the shelves in the walk-ins so that we don't get outdated or spoiled food. But I just felt I couldn't serve this. Don't know why. Well, we got a health inspection, and they tested that batch, and it was full of listeria. if I was able in my young body to be able to taste it and not have a bad side effect. But if we had served that to an elderly person or to someone who was immune compromised, most certainly could have had a bad outcome, and I would have had to live with that. So I'm very, very glad I followed my intuition and didn't serve that in the way I was supposed to. Now, I think I know what happened. In our recipe, we called for adding Stilton cheese to the Roquefort blue cheese dressing, and one of our employees had gotten hold of some unpasteurized Stilton on kind of the culinary black market. Foodies love unpasteurized Stilton, but I'm sure that's where the listeria came in. So somehow I noticed something about it, how it smelled or the texture or something that I wasn't consciously tracking, but it turned out to be really important and saved me from a terrible, terrible fate. So intuition's important. It can tell you how to evaluate things that are happening to you. It can tell you about what medical advice you're going to follow versus not follow. And we think that that intuition is actually the awareness of distributed processing centers throughout your body. I thought you'd find that interesting. Take care, stay well, and stay strong.